Greetings, everybody. Robert Marshall here from Waco, Texas. I'm with my usual cohort, Alex Powers in Gardner, Kansas, and he has brought a friend and brother, the illustrious, honorable Justin Staley, with him this evening.
Hey guys, good to be here.
Hey, good to have you, man. So, how's everybody doing today? Another day in quarantine.
Living that quarantine life.
Yeah, it was beautiful out here today. How was it down in Waco, Rob?
Nice weather. It's starting to warm up finally.
Right on. Yeah, I even got out and mowed the lawn today. Enjoyed it.
That means you're old, Alex.
Yeah, I can't argue there. That's for sure. Getting there, especially this area right here, pure white. Awesome. Well, I am trying to get the Facebook deal pulled up so I can see everyone's comments, but appreciate you guys being with us once again for our nightly toast with Historical Light. For those of you who might be joining us for the first time, been doing these every night during the time of quarantine. Come on. Of course, with Historical Light, we're all about that Masonic history. So we've been coming on at 8:45, share a little bit of history, chat with the brothers, and then end it off with a 9 p.m. toast. So if you enjoy what we do, hit up the website, historicallight.com. If you want to help us keep the mission going, you can always support us through the support page there. It's much appreciated. And definitely join us here every night while we continue this through our time of quarantine. So, Rob, what do you have to share with us this evening?
What do I have to share? Well, I've got my lapel pin holders again. I've mentioned they came from Fossil Bluff, but if the camera will allow, I thought I'd kind of do a close-up on some of them. These are the lapel pin holders produced by Fossil Bluff Masonic products. That's Brother Tom McGuire here, who lives just down the road from me. But let's see. Until I get a chance to go by my library and museum, I've kind of run out of things to show you here. So that's why I'm resorting to lapel pins, the last resort of all Freemasons. So there's this mind's eye skull. It glows in the dark. And this one, for some reason, I'm not really having much luck getting it to show up on the camera. But this is an Alaska pin I got from my first trip up there, visiting a few lodges.
That's cool. So a glow-in-the-dark lapel pin. I haven't seen one of those, at least in the Masonic realm yet. That's pretty neat.
So I've got a few of them, and funny enough, that one's actually the only one that's not inherently Masonic on this lapel pin holder.
Oh, okay.
From a printing and recording studio I was a part owner of in Austin for a while, called Mind's Eye Creative. But it's got a skull and 2 pillars on it, so do with that what you will. Let's see here. We've got, here's a pretty neat one for some of you guys out there. I like this one. It's one of my favorites. This was given to me from Brother Paul Pennington in Austin, and it's representative of Freemasonry supporting autistic children or people on the spectrum.
I thought it looked familiar.
Puzzle pieces on it there. Let's see, here is Tranquility Lodge's pin. This is their newest pin, and it actually turned out looking really well. Again, I don't think the focus on my camera is showing that, but it's a scene from the moon. And of course, Tranquility Lodge is the lodge that Buzz Aldrin carried dispensation to open in 1969 when he went to the moon. And if you don't believe he went to the moon, don't take it up with me. I think you're nuts. I've got one here from the Scottish Rite Research Society. Here's a pretty cool one with another one with a skull. I'm trying to focus on those because of Historical Light's logo. This is Hillcrest Lodge's pin. I think you can see it fairly well there. Nice skull on it with crossed keys underneath. Pretty common symbol. Here's one I'm really rather proud of. It's probably my newest lapel pin. It's a golden trowel pin. That's the award given to Texas Masons by their lodge after a career of service, which I think means it was given to me in January as a sign that the brethren want me to stop coming, right? It's a career award, so they're trying to send me home. Here's one that was given to me by Brother Ronnie Zulu. He's a fine art painter and tattoo artist at Austin Lodge. And this is from his year when he was master of North Hollywood Lodge. And as you can see there, it shows a African-American brother shaking hands with a Caucasian brother. And I thought that was a pretty powerful symbol.
Oh, awesome.
That's cool.
I like that.
Yeah. Here's one, another one that's not inherently Masonic. That also glows in the dark. It's a mock-up or a crossover. So you've got a Harry Potter theme there. I'm a Wizard Rick, but it's also Rick and Morty as Harry Potter and Dumbledore. That one was given to me because I've got a nickname that you sometimes refer to me as Waco Wizard. I've got this one here. That is representative of a super secret order that I'm not allowed to discuss. So I might have just broken the rule already.
Bummer. Bummer.
Here is, what's that?
I said bummer. You
Yep.
lead us on and then drop us.
Well, it's invite only. Maybe someday you'll get the invite and we can talk about it. But
Maybe.
so here's this year's Grand Master of Texas, Paul Underwood's pin. A common one, or it's not common, sorry, but a simple one that I think is rather elegant looking. It's the Lone Star flag with a square and compass. And it is little known, even in Texas, where everyone claims to be super proud of their history that they typically know very little about, that the five-pointed star was chosen by Masons intentionally to represent Texas on the flag. The motto of Texas since its inception has been the friendship state, and Texas is actually a bastardized version of the early Caddo native word Teshas, which meant friendship or fellowship, which is relevant in terms of the five-pointed star for fellowship or friendship among Masons. And in I have found evidence, extant evidence from a Mason who was alive and during the creation of Texas as an independent republic, giving a speech in New York while he was Grand Secretary, explaining that they chose that for Masonic reasons to represent the Republic of Texas.
Very cool.
From that flag to several, this is one of Laredo Lodge's pin. Laredo is mile marker number 1 for I-35, Interstate 35, down at the Mexico-Texas border. They're the largest inland port of any anywhere in the United States. And due to the strains of COVID on international commerce, they actually became the #1 port, period, recently.
Is that right?
Yeah, at least for the time being. And kind of looks like a poker chip, but the perimeter there is one of each of the flags that have flown over Laredo, including the Republic of the Rio Grande, which was a short-lived independent republic with its capital in Laredo that had it survived, it would have been a tiny little nation squeezed in between Texas and Mexico.
Wow.
Got an all-seeing eye there from Brother Patrick Craddock, who has been on the show.
Thought that one looked familiar. Good stuff.
Let's see. How are we doing on time?
Oh, we're good. We got 5 minutes here. So we had a few questions come up. One from Right Worshipful Brother Stoops. So, good evening, brothers. Is that a lapel extender? No, that's actually a lapel holder. I don't know what you want to call it, banner, from our good friends over at Fossil Bluff. See, we had another brother on here shooting for a name who commented, but wanted a link for that. And I shot you a link there. It's not directly to that product, but fossilbluff.com, and you can find all those awesome products. So that's actually one, man. I still haven't bit the bullet and got it. I need to, but I saw that online like several years back and just thought it was the coolest looking thing ever.
Yeah, I like it. It works.
He does a fantastic job on those.
I've never been one of those guys who likes to pile on a bunch of lapel pins. I'll wear one at a time, which means that most of my lapel pins are never going to get seen. So this is a nice way to kind of display them without looking like you're a North Korean general.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, when what's that one?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say when I first came into masonry, my father-in-law, he was just piling pins on me. Like every time I'd come to lodge, he's put 2 or 3 more pins on me. And I'm like, I don't even know what they are. I don't know what they mean at this point. And then we had a brother that was visiting. I didn't know him from Adam. I'm brand new into masonry, past Grandmaster. And he comes up and he's just staring at my lapel and he goes, "That's my pin. How'd you get my pin?" I'm like, I'm not sure. So, from that night on, I stopped wearing pins unless I knew what it was.
That's funny.
That's good. That's really funny.
Brother Staley, what pins have you got so far? So for those who don't know, Brother Staley is actually my mentee. He's in my lodge, rather new to being a Master Mason. You got raised, how many months ago was it now?
February 20th.
February 20th. So pretty fresh. What have you collected so far from Masonic regalia and stuff? I know you've kind of had a passion for getting into it.
Yeah, I've got a couple things. I think there was the Masonic Bible that I actually got from you. Got it sitting over in my cabinet. Let's see, I got the wine bottle that your wife made. That's got the square and compass on it and stuff like that. Let's see, and a couple pins. I got one from Masonic Revival that has the American flag with a veteran on it, since I'm a vet, and the pin that you gave me from Historical Light, the Historical Light pin.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, got to get the Historical Light pin, everybody.
Yep.
The people keep asking. We need to make them available.
Yeah, we got to get another run of those going. That's on the to-do list, everybody. That, and I think we had a request for some more shirts.
Yep.
They want the shirts. They want the pins. They want the historical.
Here's a badge from the Texas DeMolay Alumni Association. I was a charter member of that, member number 23. And I did that in honor of a few of my friends who came through DeMolay, Chance Chapman, Jason Kofeld, and some guys like that, Bob Uzzle, as well as a member who I never met that our building's named after, Bill Quaby, who was honored as a founder of DeMolay by Frank Land himself. And of course, very relevant for our show with you guys being in Kansas and DeMolay starting right there at the Kansas-Missouri border, with Walt Disney being one of the first members.
Yep. Yeah, it's actually on the Missouri side there, but Kansas City Metro. So yeah, love the history with that. Well, we are pressing up on the 9 p.m. hour. We had Brother Staley join us this evening, gracious enough to share a toast with us. So my brothers, we're running into 9 o'clock on the dot. I want to hand it over to you for our toast.
All right, brothers. I know we one went over already, but I want to go give a shout out again, a cheers to the spouses and the families that are there every day with us, that support us in all of our, whatever we jump into. I know I can speak for me. My wife has been there for me through all this, and so just give a cheers to the spouses.
To the spouses. Cheers. Fantastic. Brother Staley, what were you toasting with this evening?
I got some vodka and orange juice.
And a bullet in the glass.
With my Second Amendment bullet in the glass.
Right on. And then I can't remember, Brother Marshall, did you say what you were toasting with?
I've got Balcones Distillery Potted Still Bourbon.
That's right. I think we were talking about that before the show. Awesome. And I'm still working through my endless bottle of Powers, but got it in the awesome Craftsman's Apron etched glass. And man, I'm loving these things.
You know what that represents, right?
What's that?
That skull there, that's me waiting for you to finish the bottle. That skull is what I'm gonna look. That skull is what I'm gonna look like by the time you finish it.
Yeah, I can see. You and so many others. I've gotten so many comments about that bottle, but hey. Awesome. Well, everybody, thanks so much for joining us again. I'm getting all kinds of messages now about the pins. So yeah,
Hold on, I'm
we'll
not
get
finished.
those out there. Oh, we got more. But
Yeah,
wait, there's more.
I only did one of the banners. So we've got one from New York City there. My favorite Masonic building in the entire world is there in New York City in Manhattan. This one is a rather special pin. This belonged to past Grand Master Duncan Howard of the Grand Lodge of Texas. It's got an opal background there and was given to me by a friend. I've got my great-grandfather's Scottish Rite pin right there. Shriners make kids smile. And there is my pin from Clan Wishden. That's a Scottish clan that had their family reunion at Waco Lodge in the summer of 2019.
That's cool.
I've got a few different Grand Lodge of Texas pins on here. Here's one from Missouri. The first lodge I ever visited outside the state of Texas was in Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, right. You remember which lodge that was? Can you see it on there? Does it have it listed?
No, this one just shows statewide, but I remember it was in an old building that was in the middle of being renovated. I want to say there was at least 3 stories to it.
Is it the Kansas City Masonic Temple? Is it downtown?
I don't think it was downtown.
Oh, I was going to say that'd be awesome because the original intro to Historical Light was recorded in that building.
Okay, I mean, it might have been. It's been so long, I don't know, but I don't. It doesn't. My memory of it doesn't feel like it was downtown. Here's a Mason supporting women with breast cancer pin. One from Alabama. Let's see here. Oh, here's one worth showing. This is from Jacques de Molay Lodge. Of course, Jacques de Molay, or James Molay, was the last Grand Master of the Knights Templar, and Jacques de Molay Lodge is here in Texas. I got
now, were you in the de Molay before Masonry?
No, I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, me either. It seems like a really cool order, though.
Yeah, no, I'm actually pretty familiar with it now. I've learned quite a bit about it and find it to be pretty interesting. Here's one from Matanuska Lodge in Alaska. That's the lodge where I got the Ulu knife I showed on another one of these toasts.
Oh yeah, that thing was sweet, man.
Traditional Alaskan native knife. A sword from when I joined Knights of St. Andrew. Oh, here's Austin 12's pin. This is a simple pin that I think is absolutely gorgeous. You've got the blue flag there with the white star and the 12 in the middle. It's one of the early Republic of Texas flags. Austin 12 is obviously, by its number, one of the oldest lodges in the state of Texas. It precedes or is older than the state of Texas. In fact, it's from the Republic era. My friends from another order will recognize this little guy.
Yeah, so
yep,
our brother Mead from Texas that came up here, he actually spread around the turtleness to all of us. So
Oh, nice.
Brother Staley's up there laughing because we just got put through that not too long ago.
Welcome to the pond.
I couldn't keep it together. I really couldn't.
Welcome to the pond. Blue blood.
Yeah,
Very good. You know,
good stuff.
I think that deserves another toast.
Hey, all right.
To the turtles.
To the turtles. Bet your sweet ass.
That's right. Let's see. Here's a pin that I think was a really creative design. So at first glance, it's pretty simple. You've got the circumpunct. And we could go on ad nauseum about the history of the circumpunct with pagan symbolism, magic symbolism, Christian symbolism. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. But it's here. It's flanked by the 2 pillars with the globes. And if you, I don't know if it'll show up, but if you could look closely, you'd see that one shows the state of Alaska, and the other shows the constellation that Alaska has adopted on its flag. And I think it's interesting because, of course, usually those globes represent terrestrial and celestial for us, but this Grandmaster actually found a way to make it specifically terrestrial to his jurisdiction. It's the terrestrial one shows Alaska, and then the celestial one showing the Big Dipper constellation, which Alaska has adopted on its flag. Another Laredo Lodge, one from Oak Cliff Lodge in Dallas, reading Scott Hill. And last but not least, this one's from California, and it's from a law enforcement degree team.
Oh, cool.
Pretty interesting. These guys, it's a master's degree team that consists entirely of current or retired law enforcement officers, and they only perform the degree on current or retired law enforcement officers. So that one's a pretty exclusive event to witness.
That's cool. Yeah, we have a affinity lodge out here called Justice Lodge that is all law enforcement in one way or another.
That's right. Brother McCourty's master there.
Yeah, he is master this year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it when I came in, it seemed like pretty much the mass majority of the Grand Lodge scene were all law enforcement. So all the big names are in Justice Lodge, man.
Yeah. A lot of them down here are too. Yeah.
All right. Well, awesome. We got to see some cool pins tonight. We got to talk some history. We got to chat with the brothers. And we had an awesome toast by Brother Justin Staley. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank all of you for joining us each and every night. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Check us out, 8:45. We'll do the same thing. Share some history, chat, end it up with a toast. So until then, stay safe, be well. Take some time to look and save some history. Cheers, everybody. See you tomorrow.
Cheers.